Good evening, race fans. Welcome to Charlotte Motor Speedway. I'm Aaron Johnson with the Johnson iRacing team, bringing you today's feature event, 20 fast laps at the 1.5 mile Super Speedway at Charlotte. This is the Fanatec Rookie Street Stock Series, the top split, the best of the best on the iRacing service at the time this race was offered. Let's have a look at today's starting lineup. Starting in the 18th spot in car number 16th, racing out of California, that is Tony Pack. In the 17th starting spot in car number 15, the Grand Canyon University Chevrolet of Christopher Kowalski, Chris from Arizona. In the 16th starting spot in car number 2, racing out of Los Angeles, California, this is the Brandt Chevrolet of Alex McIntosh. Starting 15th in car number 3, he's going to show up on the screen as the white and orange Mount Vernon Auto Supply 00, but on your telemetry, the bottom right side of your screen, he will show up as car number 3. That is Aaron Johnson out of Bailey, Colorado. Starting 14th in car number 4, it's the Summit Racing Chevrolet of Mike Moran, Mike out of Carolina. Starting in the 13th spot in car number 14, it's the Lightning McQueen Tribute car of Christopher Trudell, Christopher from Canada. Starting 12th. In car number 17, that's Garrett D'Alessandro, Garrett from Savannah, Georgia. Starting in the 11th spot in car number 18, racing out of Virginia, it's Greg Hess. Starting in the 10th spot in car number 8, that's Paul Lee. Paul joins us from the New England region. Starting in 9th in car number 6, it's Brandon Wilson, Brandon out of Club West. Now, your top 8 starters. Starting in the 8th spot, it's Owen Wines in the K&N Filters number 9, Owen racing out of Michigan. Starting in the 7th spot in car number 11, that is Jesse Gonzalez in the Sparco Chevrolet, Jesse out of Florida. In the 6th starting spot in car number 13, racing with us out of Texas, that is Theo Coburn, Theo out of Texas. Starting in the 5th spot in car number 5, it's the Budweiser Chevrolet of Juan Bustamante. Juan joining us from Alicante, Colombia. Now your top 4 on the second row outside. Starting in car number 10, racing out of Mexico, that's Diego Mastretta in the Pinal Chevrolet. Starting 3rd in car number 7, that's Cal Corey. It's the Duff Beer Chevrolet Cal racing out of Australia, New Zealand. On the front row outside in car number 12, it's Thomas Johnson, Thomas from Indiana. And on the pole in car number 1, it's the Beyond Here Music Chevrolet of John Tuckness. Tuckness joining us from Nashville, Tennessee. The pace car leads the field into turn number 3. Now out of turn number 3 and into turn 4, the pace car will be in momentarily. The lights are off. We should have 20 great laps here at Charlotte. The pace car is in. John Tuckness leads the field to the start-finish line. Tuckness hammers the throttle. John Tuckness going to pull a quick early lead, and it's going to be John Tuckness that leads the field to the green flag. Tuckness out front, followed by the 7 of Cal Corey. Corey quickly moves into the second spot. Then just inside Corey, that's the 10 of Diego Mastretta. As he looks to the inside of car 12, that's Thomas Johnson. Out front, it is Tuckness, then Corey. Then it looks like the 10 of Mastretta. Johnson stuck on the high side. The 5 of Juan Bustamante is following Diego Mastretta as he's also trying to make his way past the 7 of Cal Corey. Sorry, not the 7 of Corey, the 12 of Johnson. Corey looks to the inside of John Tuckness. There's nothing doing there. Tuckness leaves him no room. Now John Tuckness pulls about a 2-car length lead. Juan Bustamante looking to the outside of the 10 of Diego Mastretta. Let's have a look at that battle. Bustamante's fallen back in line. The 12 of Thomas Johnson has dropped all the way back to the 5th spot after being hung out on the outside line. A little crash in the backside. I didn't see who that was that was spinning. It was a red car. Looked like it might have been Christopher Trudell. Hard to say, as we've got some issues on the inside as well. So several cars getting a little sideways here. We've got a 5-car draft out front led by the 1 of John Tuckness. It's Tuckness, Corey, Mastretta, then Bustamante and Thomas Johnson rounding out the top 5. Tuckness leads the field into turn 1. There's a little action to the inside as Diego Mastretta pulls the block on Juan Bustamante. Now Mastretta moving up to the high side. That allows the 1 of Tuckness and the 7 of Corey to pull away just a little bit. We can see that Thomas Johnson has tucked in behind Bustamante. It looks like a 7-car breakaway for the lead, then a small gap back to the K&N Filters car. That's the 9 of Owen Wines. Owen Wines currently shown in the 8th spot. Out front, it's John Tuckness. Tuckness, Corey, Mastreda, Bustamante, and Johnson, your top 5. Just behind them, it's Theo Coburn and Brandon Wilson. Then Owen Wines, Garrett Alessandro, and Jesse Gonzalez. These 5 cars running nose to tail, a little bit of a gap back to the 6th place car of Theo Coburn. Out front, it is all John Tuckness. Right behind him, the 7 of Cal Corey, tucked in tight on Tuckness' bumper, using the draft to hold on tight to that leader. We can see the 10 of Mastreda closing on the 7 of Corey. It's Corey in second, Mastreda third, then Bustamante and Thomas Johnson. Those 5 pulling away ever so slightly from the 13 of Theo Coburn. It's a 5-car breakaway for first, then another 6 for second in that second pack. The last car in that second pack is the 8 of Paul Lee. Then well behind them, the 2 of Alex McIntosh and the 00 of Aaron Johnson. Johnson currently shown in 13th. We've got a 5-car pack, then a 6-car pack, then a 4-car pack as Johnson, McIntosh, Tony Pack, and Christopher Kowalski are all fighting right there together. So we have 3 distinct groups here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We are 5 laps in to a 20-lap feature event. John Tuckness leading. He's led every lap so far, and he leads as we begin lap number 6. It's Tuckness, Corey, Bustamante, Mastreda, and Thomas Johnson running in your top 5. Bustamante currently to the outside of the 10 of Diego Mastreda. Mastreda trying to pull a little side draft there, slow Bustamante down, and find his way into the second spot. Bustamante, however, has other plans, pulls up beside the 7 of Cal Corey, doesn't have enough to get it done in terms of making the pass. Bustamante going to stay on the outside, side-by-side racing at Charlotte. These cars running about 150 miles an hour at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Tuckness leads lap number 6. It is in the books. We begin lap number 7 with John Tuckness out front. Corey still tucked in second. Bustamante on the outside right now. Looks like he's third with Diego Mastreda fourth and Thomas Johnson 5th. That second pack has caught the leaders, being led by Theo Coburn. It now looks like we have about a 10-car pack up front, with the 11th place car, Jesse Gonzalez, in danger of losing the draft. Gonzalez, all by himself out there, may end up losing the draft here. We can see Gonzalez has dropped back. That's going to put him in a tenuous position. If he loses the draft, this lead group will pull away. Back out front, it is all John Tuckness. Bustamante continues to work the outside. He's managed to make his way around the 7 of Corey. Bustamante now challenging for the lead, challenging John Tuckness on the outside at Charlotte. We are on lap number 8 of 20. John Tuckness has led all 8 laps so far, and it's going to be interesting to see if Bustamante is going to have enough race car coming out of turn number 4 to get a run on the high side and try to make a pass at the start-finish line. At the line, it looks like it's still going to be John Tuckness. Tuckness with the lead, Bustamante second, the 7 of Corey third, followed by Mastreda, Johnson, then D'Alessandro, Wines, Lee, Wilson, and Coburn rounding out the top 10. The second group looks like it's being led by Alex McIntosh, as Jesse Gonzalez in the 11 is left in no man's land, halfway between the lead group of Tuckness and that second group led by Alex McIntosh. Bustamante continues to work the high line. He's on the outside of the 1 of John Tuckness. Tuckness gives Bustamante plenty of room as they come out of 4, and at the line, this time by, it's still going to be John Tuckness by a fender. We begin lap number 10 of 20 at Charlotte with John Tuckness in the lead, followed by Bustamante, who is to his outside, then the 7 of Corey. Behind Corey, it's the 10 of Mastreda. Then on the outside, it's the 17 of D'Alessandro. Behind Mastreda, the 12 of Thomas Johnson. Cars really starting to tighten up in the pack here, as we're seeing a lot of racing. They are 3 wide going into the corner. Mastreda goes to the inside of Bustamante. That shuffles the 17 of D'Alessandro up high. That's going to put Diego Mastreda into the second spot, at least for now. Now it looks like Bustamante is going to try to make his way by on the outside. Bustamante to the outside. It's still John Tuckness with the lead. We're on the halfway point, and John Tuckness leads the field. It's Tuckness, Corey, then Mastreda with Bustamante to Mastreda's outside. Next up on the inside, it's the 12 of Johnson on the outside, the 17 of D'Alessandro. Behind them, it's Owen Wines, Paul Lee, and Brandon Wilson with Theo Coburn, the last car in this lead pack. 10 cars racing tightly at Charlotte. That second group, it's Jesse Gonzalez in no man's land, then Alex McIntosh leading that second group. We go past the start-finish line. There'll be 9 to go this time by. Tuckness continuing to hold on to the lead. He's keeping that car right on the blue line. John Tuckness doing a great job of managing that street stock so that it stays down on the white line. That bottom line, the divider between the pavement and the apron, the fast way around, get 2 wheels under it in the corner, and you're in deep trouble. Stay right on it, and it's awfully hard to get around. Bustamante trying to work his way back to the front. He's taken that outside line again. Bustamante now back into the third spot. Looks to the outside of Corey in the 7, and at the line it's still Tuckness, and they are 2 by 2 behind him. Bustamante and Corey and Alessandro and Mastreda. Behind them it's the 12 of Thomas Johnson. Down the back straightaway, John Tuckness leads, followed by Cal Corey. Juan Bustamante working the outside again. It looks like he's trying to make a pass. Bustamante currently being shown in the second spot. The 10 of Mastreda slides up, nearly gets into the 17 of D'Alessandro. They come out of 4 onto the front straightaway. Bustamante's got a little bit of a run, but at the line, it's still going to be John Tuckness. There are 7 laps to go. This time by, the 10 just gets into the 7 of Corey. They're 3 wide going into turn number 1. Now back to 2 wide. 7, all kinds of out of shape. Cal Corey manages to hang on to that race car, but it took everything he could do to keep that car in a straight line. Out front, it's still John Tuckness. The 17 of D'Alessandro has now moved into the second spot. Bustamante looking to the outside. They're 3 wide going into turn number 3. Tuckness forces the 17 underneath. Bustamante up into the outside wall. That's going to hurt his chances out front. It is John Tuckness. Tuckness going to hang on to the lead. The 7 of Cal Corey, the beneficiary of some fireworks between Tuckness and the 17 of D'Alessandro. It shoves the 5 of Bustamante into the wall. He's dropped all the way back to the 6th spot. Tuckness leads the field through the middle of 1 and 2, now out onto the back straightaway. John Tuckness with the lead, followed by the 7 of Corey. A little bit of a gap now. Back to the 17 of Garrett D'Alessandro. It is Tuckness, Corey, Mastreda. Then D'Alessandro with Bustamante on the outside. Juan Bustamante preferring that high line as that second group tries to catch up with the leaders. Juan Bustamante now leading that group. Bustamante has moved back into the 4th spot. It's going to be Bustamante in 4th, D'Alessandro in 5th, then Thomas Johnson in 6th. As Bustamante tries to pull this group back up to catch up to the leaders. Out front, it is still John Tuckness. Tuckness leading. The 7 of Cal Corey has decided to take a look to the outside. That's going to give the inside line to the 10 of Mastreda. It's Tuckness and Mastreda on the inside. Cal Corey on the outside. Those 3 cars, a slight advantage over the next group being led by Juan Bustamante. Bustamante trying to close at the start-finish line. Corey looks to the outside, tags the outside wall. That leaves the inside open for the 10 of Mastreda. So Diego Mastreda looks to the inside of the 1 of John Tuckness. Tuckness, for the first time all race, not down on that blue line, and he pays for it as Diego Mastreda looks like he's going to take the lead. He certainly has the preferred line. Juan Bustamante has pulled that second group past the 10 of the 7 of Cal Corey. So Mastreda comes out of turn number 4. He looks like he may lead lap number 16. At the line, it's Tuckness. No, it's Mastreda. Mastreda leads. There are 3 to go. Mastreda on the inside, Tuckness on the outside. Behind them, the 5 of Juan Bustamante closing. He's leading that second group. It's a 7-car breakaway for the lead. The last car in line is the 13 of Theo Coburn. Then just behind them, the second group's being led by the 11 of Jesse Gonzalez. Tuckness pulls a nice line out of turn number 4. Mastreda on the inside, Tuckness on the outside. Bustamante electing to go with Mastreda as they come to the start-finish line. There are going to be 2 to go this time by, and at the line, it'll be Diego Mastreda continuing to lead just by a whisker. They've all lined up now. They're teaming up on John Tuckness. It's the 10 of Mastretta, followed by Bustamante and Johnson. Those cars all lined up on the bottom as Diego Mastretta is trying to lead the 5 past John Tuckness. Tuckness up high now. Bustamante looks to the outside, thinks about making it 3 wide, decides he's going to go back down in between. The cars inches apart. Mastretta with the lead. Bustamante second. No, Tuckness second, Bustamante third, with Thomas Johnson fourth, and the 9 of Owen Wines has worked his way into the 5th spot. Behind them, it's Wilson, Coburn, McIntosh. Crash! Tuckness into the wall. The 10 of Bustamante, the 10 of Mastretta, Bustamante involved. Out front, there are all kinds of accidents, cars everywhere, and it looks like the 00 of Johnson's going to make his way through. I don't know exactly what happened there. Out front, who's going to be leading here? Is it the 12? I think it may be the 12 of Thomas Johnson. Thomas Johnson survives that accident. It looks like he's going to take the lead here. It'll be Thomas Johnson in 1, Mastretta, Tuckness, Bustamante, Owen Wines, all involved in second place. It's going to be Aaron Johnson. Johnson moving into second after a big accident takes out about 14 cars. It'll be Thomas Johnson 1, Aaron Johnson 2. It's the Johnson show. Aaron Johnson with no chance to catch Thomas. After the checkered flag is fouled, Thomas Johnson's going to win this race. Aaron Johnson will finish second. Alex McIntosh third. Jesse Gonzalez fourth, with Christopher Kowalski rounding out the top 5 behind them. Diego Mastretta, who had been running in the lead, is going to finish up 6th. Tony Pack will be 7th. Theo Coburn 8th. Paul Lee in 9th, and Cal Corey 10th. Christopher Trudell will come home 11th, and Jonathan Tuckness, who had led so many laps, but have the bad break of finishing 12th. Then it'll be Bustamante, Michael Moran, Brandon Wilson. Owen Wines will come home 16th. He was in the lead pack with Greg Hess 17th, and Garrett D'Alessandro, who also had been in that lead pack, will wind up in the 18th spot. What a crazy finish from Charlotte Motor Speedway. A big crash with 1 lap to go takes out the top 9 of the top 10 cars, and it puts Aaron Johnson, who'd been running 11th, into position number 2. That'll do it from Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Johnson iRacing team on the Johnson iRacing Network. This is Aaron Johnson saying, go fast, turn left, have fun.